Today, we're going to talk about rivalries. Not sibling rivalries. No, no, no. Rivals of Ixalan. Let's do it. Greetings, hatchlings, to another boosted awareness. Today, we are going to go to the world of vampires and dinosaurs and beautiful tropical merfolk. We're going to Ixalan, specifically the Rivals of Ixalan set. So without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, here we are for a Rivals of Ixalan cracking. Let's see what's up in here. Let's see what kind of fun, flavor, and goodness we can find. What are we starting out with? We are starting out with a mist-cloaked Herald. All right, hold on. Oh no, Pack, don't you do it. Don't you give away the secrets yet. I don't know what's in you. I don't want to know. I tried to fix it, but I made it worse. Ain't that always the way in life, huh, friends? Okay, here we go. There, that looks a little bit better. A little bit better. Okay, Mist-Cloaked Herald. 1 blue for a 1/1 Merfolk Warrior. Mist-Cloaked Herald can't be blocked. With matchless stealth, the River Heralds fought against a... Good lord. With matchless stealth, the River Herald... Blip, 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 blip. Man, I can't go back and change this now. You know, someone will obviously leave some kind of comment. You know, if you give out, you can now go back and read... And I read those comments in that voice in my head, and I'm like, do it, buddy. You know what? You make videos, and you give it a try, Wang Lord. All right, anyways... With matchless stealth, the River Heralds fought a running battle against the 3 enemy forces. All right, I like this idea. I like the idea behind this. It can't be blocked because this merfolk has learned how to pull the water up, turn it into mist, and shroud themselves. So they can always escape their enemies in a similar way that fog would allow them to do that. And you can see kind of a forest rising up. I really like the merfolk from Ixalan because they're green-blue aligned. I like this like forest and water-natured merfolk. Also, I love their jade weaponry. This jade axe blade looks absolutely amazing. The shoulder parts here look kind of goofy, but I also really love the fact that the merfolk on Ixalan look like these tropical fish with these big, vibrant colors and these gigantic fins and everything. For me, that is a massively, massively flavorful choice. I haven't seen much like that in Magic the Gathering. I think that the Ixalan merfolk are actually my absolute favorite. Then we got Goblin Trailblazer. 1 red, 1 colorless for a 2/1 with Menace. Why are we following the Goblin? Can he even read that map? Daphne Vale, Diremore First Mate. Shut up, Daphne. Follow him because look at him. He's cute. He looks like Dr. Livingston, I presume. He's got like a little monkey mustache, and he's got his little hacking blade, and he's just gonna lead the way for you. Why you gotta be like that? Also, how is he menacing? He doesn't seem very menacing. I kind of want to like make him my pet. I want to pick him up and give him a little tickle under his chin. So, I mean, from the menace perspective, that kind of fails. But the idea of a Goblin Trailblazer, I mean, they've got him hacking away through the jungle. That part works really well. I like this card. I like the flavor of it. The only thing that doesn't fit is the menace. Then we've got Sun Sentinel. 1 white, 1 colors for a 2/2 vigilance. I will not sleep until Orazga is ours once more. Yes, you will. You're a human, and you need sleep. So shut up, you liar. Linda, your grandiose statements aren't impressing anybody. We know at the end of the day you're going to go home and sleep just like everybody else. I really like these funky helmets. Look at this. How impractical is that as a helmet? You imagine putting that thing on? Imagine getting used to wearing a helmet like that. You'd be banging it into everything. Hell, it looks like you probably get your staff cut in between these little like, God, I got my staff caught up there again. I like it. You've got some dino tail feathers in there. You've got this like staff that I imagine is set to represent the sun. You've got these pyramids in the background. Ixalan had some really nice flavor. This is a gorgeous, this looks like a place that would be fun to visit. You know what I mean? It's like, we're going to Castle Loma. Ooh, look at me. Very cool. I like the overall design of her outfit. So, I mean, in terms of the flavor, okay, sure, she's dedicated, she's got vigilance, whatever. Then I won't sleep. You have to sleep, dummy. Stop lying. Why you always lying? All right, Voracious Vampire. 1 black, 2 colors for a 2/2 with Menace. Now see, this is how you do Menace. Are you kidding me? This thing is hunched over a dinosaur. Oh my god. When Voracious Vampire enters the battlefield, target vampire you control gets +1/+1 and gains Menace until end of turn. The purest devotion isn't the bloodfast itself, but the craving that follows. Oh my lord, imagine that. Imagine being a vampire and literally like taking down a dinosaur to drink its blood, like a raptor or something. This is insane. And I really love the color choices for this. I love that it's overall very dark artwork, right? The vampire itself is dark, and you've got the bright red blood dripping down from its mouth, and then the bright red feathering coloration on the dinosaurs. I like big, bright, bombastic colors, so I really like the dinosaurs from Ixalan as well, but my god, does this transmit the menace concept. Oh, I would run. If I saw a vampire hunched over a dinosaur drinking its blood, I would run as fast as I could. I'd be like, oh god, Linda, help me. I'll pretend like you don't sleep if you save me from the vampire. Save me, Linda. All right, Naturalised. 1 green, 1 colorless. Now we've seen different variations of this. When we did the 2019 booster opening recently, we had the Naturalised representing the sword blade being turned into a tree. Again, we have a sword here, but this one's being naturalized in a very simplistic way. A dinosaur literally steps on it and breaks it. So, destroy target artifact or enchantment for a green and a colorless at instant speed. Better to let the sword go than to lose the arm with it. Captain Lannery Storm. Well, that's true. It's some good advice. Just let the dinosaur stomp on your sword. Although I don't know how that would happen. Like, what do you just kind of throw it out for the dinosaur to stomp on it? Like, I know he wants to stomp my sword. This art really does a great job of showing you the scale, the perspective of a dinosaur. Look at how far, look at how far up its head goes, way up into the clouds. And you can see these tall palm trees as well. You got the sun shining in the back with these birds flying by. I really like the perspective of this. I imagine it's somebody who's like fallen on their back and just like their sword's falling out of their hand as the dinosaur's foot stomps right down beside them. And now the foot's lifting back up to move again. And they can see their absolutely ruined enchanted sword just stuck to the bottom of that dinosaur's foot like it wasn't anything. Pretty neat. Exultant Sky Marcher, 2 white and a colorless for a 2/3 flyer. We have come at last to this holiest of holy places. What was stolen from us long ago is ours once again. Pretty funky Conquistador Vampire. I like the Conquistador Vampires from Ixalan. Ixalan has a lot of cool flavor to it. A lot of interesting stuff you wouldn't expect to see. And it's interesting, she's a soldier, but it feels like she's almost got like a cleric-y kind of feel to her with that staff that she's holding with the 2 white flags coming down here. But then you look down here and you can see she's made up of all these black wispy vapors. That's crazy. What would it be like if you were standing in the wake of that? What would it feel like to breathe that in? Up here, she looks like a very like clean, pure kind of human female. But down here, that's where you've got that evil vampire essence. And it's interesting as well, this is a straight white card, but this whole field that up here gives the feel almost of like an angel, but down here gives the feeling of dark menace. Very neat. Then we got Shatter, one red, 1 colorless, destroy target artifact. And yep, artifact vehicles are a thing from Ixalan, right? So you can see the ship being destroyed. Today it's a miracle of architecture, a marvel of stained glass, a symbol of the Legion's power. Tomorrow, driftwood. A marvel of stained glass. What? Where? What? What? Is there something I'm missing? Do the vampire pirates of Ixalan have stained glass ships? A marvel of architecture? Do you call it architecture when it's a boat? I mean, an architect would I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I haven't really heard architects in regard to anything other than building. So I suppose, I mean, a ship maybe. I mean, would you call a shipwright someone who designs ships and makes ships an architect? Possibly. I guess you can call anybody who creates things an architect. It's stretching it a bit. So the architect, I don't know what this nonsense about stained glass is, but look at the artwork. You can see this gigantic galleon with all these masts just getting blasted to bits. That's pretty crazy. It's a pretty intense piece of artwork, honestly. The whole ship is shrouded in darkness, except for this gigantic explosion of fire. And you can see that it's actually gone through a considerable amount of this ship. This ship is done for. Tomorrow driftwood, more like today driftwood. Pretty funky. Tilanali's Crown. 1 red, 1 colorless, enchant creature. When Tilanali's Crown enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0 and has trample. I like the flavor behind this. Obviously, this is an enchantment they lay on dinosaurs. Dinosaurs have the enrage ability so that when they get hurt, they actually become more powerful. So that's there to trigger that. But it also gives the concept that these are horns of fire, and if you tried to put them on a regular human, the human's body just couldn't bear it and the damage would destroy them. I love the magma bright aspect of these 3 horns crowning the head of this dinosaur, contrasted against kind of the muted tone of the art overall. It definitely looks like it's going to barrel down on you and destroy you, and it's going to burn and hurt. So this is pretty cool, honestly. And the +3/+0 with 3 horns, mwah, beautiful. I love when the numbers and the artwork correspond like that. That's fantastic. Dead Eye Rig Hauler. Actually, one more thing is I want to comment on the fact that on Ixalan they've specifically created magic to enhance dinosaurs, which is pretty cool. Next up, we've got Dead Eye Rig Hauler. 1 blue, 3 colors for a 3/2. It's got raid. Whenever Dead Eye Rig Hauler enters the battlefield, if you attacked with a creature this turn, you may return target creature to its owner's hand. Up you go, you soggy rat. So I guess the idea is this person just kind of lassos somebody up and then drags them up in the air, having slung the rope over something. All right, well, that makes sense. You could have pirates who are totally, you know, very adept with ropes. That makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you've got a bunch of pirates standing around enjoying the show. This is the kind of entertainment that you could see happening. Basically, it's only when you're raiding, so you've attacked another ship or something like that, you've captured somebody, and now you're dangling them up for the amusement of your crew. So that works. That works pretty well. Then we got Strider Harness. This is robot legs for a dinosaur. Kinda dumb. All right, 3 colorless artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. Because the giant implacable death lizard wasn't scary enough already, says Captain Brian Lee Rage. Yeah, you could see that and be like, oh my god, we have to deal with dinosaurs, and these guys are going to enchant them and build artifacts to put on them? I don't know. This feels almost too much like Robotech legs on a dinosaur. It's like, Robo-Dinosaur! So for me, that part of it is kind of a fail. Although I do like the way the dinosaur is caught in this like motion moving forwards, but it feels like with haste, they probably should have blurred the background a little so it looked like he was moving really quickly. Because dinosaur that looks like this already looks like it's going to be able to move pretty quickly. And if this harness is giving it haste, it should make it move faster. That's how I feel. But overall, I don't like this artwork. I feel like this is not nice. I don't like it. Stormfleet Swashbuckler. Oh, look at that. There's some kind of misprint up here. 1 red, 1 colorless for a 2/2. It's got Ascend, so if you control 10 or more permanents, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game. It has double strike as long as you have the city's blessing. A bolt to the eye, a blade to the neck. That's the way to clear the deck. Yes! I like that! That's an awesome pirates rhyme. And this guy looks pretty badass with this gigantic, like, thick blade. I don't know what that's called. Is that a falchion, maybe, that he's got there? But I love the colorfulness of his garb, too. Pirates are a little more, like, flamboyant with their whole, like, they're not soldiers, right? They all have individual personality, and this guy has a lot of personality. I love the stylized feathers on his hat. I love the like, I don't know, his teal, aquamarine, and purple pennants that he has flying off of his belt. This guy is great. He's got a lot of swag, and I love the flavor text. A bolt to the eye, a blade to the neck. That's the way to clear the deck. Yes, this is indeed a swashbuckler. Fantastic. And honestly, the city looks nice behind him as well, with the sun glow coming out as well. It's like he's gained power from learning the secrets of the hidden city. Majestic Helium Terrace. 4 mana for a 2/2 flyer. Whenever it attacks, another target dinosaur you control gains flying until end of turn. Its rise is like the sun's, a beautiful beginning. Its descent is like the sun, a frightful ending. Whatley. That's not too bad. I take issue with the ability, though. When you show creatures that attack to give other attacking creatures flying or other creatures flying, it tends to be obvious how they're doing it. Like they would, like for this example, if this gave any creature flying, you would assume that creature would be mounted on them. But with dinosaurs, how exactly is this giving another dinosaur flying? It doesn't look like it has like these big massive claws with massive strength where it could pick up another huge dinosaur and carry it with it. And if it was picking up other dinosaurs, it would be preying upon them. So this whole thing falls apart in terms of the ability. But the flavor text is pretty good. The artwork is fantastic. It looks like over here, this is where they have their nest settled on top of one of these temples, and I like the temple with the greenery showing on the top. I like it. That combination of like man-made and nature put together. The dinosaurs have kind of claimed the hidden city for their own. Then we've got Sadistic Sky Marcher. 1 black, 2 colorless for a 2/2 vampire soldier. As an additional cost, reveal a vampire card from your hand or pay a mana. He's got flying and lifelink. I will catch you, child of the sun. I will drink your life and leave you a husk, discarded in the shadows. Oh, yeah. That flavor text is amazing with this artwork. The Conquistador looks like he's just like barreling forwards. It looks like somebody who's done like a massive leap going forwards, but his body is made of that insubstantial shadow stuff that the Ixalan Conquistador vampires are made of. He looks very cool, and he looks awesome flying against this very darkened sky with kind of like the sun setting behind him. It's like the sun setting along with your life. It's like that flavor text, man. I will catch you, child of the sun. I will drink your life and leave you a husk discarded in the shadows. That is awesome. Honestly, this whole thing ties together really well. Flying and lifelink fit for a vampire, the whole thing. And the fact that he's sadistic, he's torturing mentally the people that he's about to end. That's a big win. Then we've got this card, which obviously there's not too much to say on. This is for the flip cards. Although I do like the fact that it's got like a little treasure map aspect to it. You can see that coming down here with the nature along the side. This is nice looking. Then we've got Profane Procession. 1 black, 1 white, 1 colorless, legendary enchantment. Exile target creature, then if there are 3 or more cards exiled with Profane Procession, transform it. Vona sought a conqueror. Mavericks sought a savior. Both found what they sought. And so you can see this is a procession of people entering the temple. And once you meet the conditions, then it flips over into the Tome of the Dusk Rose. So this is where they found Elenda. The flavor text actually continues. So it goes, Vona sought a conqueror. Mavericks sought a savior, both found what they sought, resting in the splendor of the dead. That's pretty cool. Tome of the Dusk Rose. 3 mana, tap it, put a creature card exiled with this permanent onto the battlefield under your control. That's pretty cool. You get to exile your opponent's creatures, and then once you gain the power of this, you can bring their spirits back and force you to serve them. And this Tomb of the Dusk Rose looks amazing. You can actually see these bodies. These would be the exiled creatures right here that you can return under your control. And you have this gigantic, what's this called? A frieze, I think, something like that, where you've got all this interesting carvings going on the sides. I really like it with the light coming in around, surrounding this. You've got the Dusk Rose right back here behind the statue. That might actually be Elenda right there. Very neat. Honestly, I really enjoy the way that this works going from one side to another. Like here's entering into the tomb. You've got the same kind of rows up at the top. You've got all these vampires doing like a sacred rite as they wander in. I love it. This is really well done, in all honesty. This is a very cool card. And then you've got the treasure tokens. Now, what I liked about Ixalan was they did a number of different treasure tokens. They all do the same thing. They're all sacrificed to add a mana of any color. But they have ones that are aligned to the different factions. So this is the dinosaur aligned one, which is why you can see there's like a dinosaur sitting on top. Or maybe is it the pirate one? Maybe that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. I have to have all the tokens out to look at them to try and remember which is which. But when you look at the different treasure tokens, they all have like different things that show you who they're aligned with. This feels like a dinosaur treasure token, but it could also be a pirate treasure token because of the pirate chest. And like this could actually be the equivalent of like a pirate's parrot, and you've got the spyglass and maps. So it's either dinosaur, if dinosaurs have a treasure token, or it's pirates. It's pretty well done though. Actually, the more I look at it, the more I think it's pirates, because this actually looks like it's in the hold of a ship. So I'm going to say that this is a pirate treasure token. That's my final verdict on that. It looks like it has it looks like it definitely is a pirate's treasure. So overall, very, very cool and an excellent way to end off this booster pack. Well, those treasure tokens always kind of throw me off. I guess I need to sit down and look at them all out and sort out which one's which. After a while of doing this, I'm sure we will all know, because I'm really enjoying these boosted awarenesses. Let me know what you guys think about them in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the golden scroll. The people have my back on Patreon and through channel memberships. And guess what? There'll be another video coming later today. Aw, yeah. I will see you guys there. Thanks for being here, and peace for now.
Hail to the king, baby.